In today's video, we're going to review the configuration of FSLogix and custom settings that can be applied to each and every host pool in the WVD deployment with the Nerdio Manager for WVD. So the first thing to note is that FSLogix can be fully managed and installed by the Nerdio Manager for WVD when the session host VMs are deployed. So let's take a look at the configuration of FSLogix. So if we go under the settings option on the left side in the Nerdio Manager, you'll see there's going to be a file storage option that allows us to set up the global settings for FSLogix storage location, as well as any of the supported registry settings that can be specified when FSLogix profile container application is deployed. So any settings that we set here will be automatically deployed and applied to any newly created host pools. So let's go ahead, cancel out, go into a WVD tenant, find a host pool called Field Technicians, which is a RemoteApp host pool, and select FSLogix from the Actions menu. What you'll see here is that on a per host pool level, we can now turn FSLogix on or off. If we turn FSLogix off, that means that FSLogix profile container application will not be installed when new VMs are being deployed in this host pool. It's not going to impact any existing VMs, but any newly created VMs will not have Nerdio Manager install FSLogix on that VM. If we have FSLogix enabled, then FSLogix will be automatically installed as part of the VM provisioning process with the following settings. We can either use the global defaults, which we saw on the previous screen under settings, and these are the settings we saw there, or we can uncheck the global defaults option and specify any custom configuration that should apply to this particular host pool. Now, this is useful when you have host pools maybe in different regions or for different groups of users where you want to specify a custom storage location or any of the custom registry options that may be necessary for a particular host pool. So those are the options that are available to us with FSLogix. Again, remember that any changes made here will only apply to newly created host VMs and not the existing host VMs. If you don't want to manage FSLogix with the Nerdio Manager, then simply pre-install and pre-configure FSLogix on the golden image or on the image that's used to deploy these host pools and session hosts. And you can also use GPO to apply all of the necessary registry settings. But if you don't want to use GPO and you don't want to pre-install FSLogix on the image, then you can have the Nerdio Manager take care of that for you during the provisioning process. If we take a look at the process of adding a server, what you'll notice is one of the steps is installing FSLogix and applying the necessary settings that were selected for that particular host pool. In this case, we're using the global defaults, which is applying the default settings. So this is how you can customize what settings get applied to each individual host pool for FSLogix and profile redirection. See you soon.